Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tia here. If you're new, please like and subscribe. For today's video, I'm going to be responding to people's family drama. So basically, like, they left comments about like stuff that's happened with their family and I'm gonna respond to it. So let's get into the video. First one is my twin cousins got restraining orders against each other. Bro, you know how bad something gotta be to get a restraining order against your own twin? Imagine like it's someone that looks like exactly like you and you getting a restraining order, bro. What the hell? Okay. My grandfather was adopted, but he didn't know that and ended up almost marrying his real sister. So this is insane to me. I guess it makes sense if you like live in the same town your whole life and it's like population of like 100 people. But like, what are the chances that like you get separated when you're a kid and then you end up like finding each other when you're older and then forming that like weird intimate sexual relationship, but y'all are related? That's creepy. My great aunt poisoned my great grandmother so she could take her money, but after she killed her, she got hit by a bus and died. So that's interesting because I guess like she planned to kill somebody to take her money, but then like she got hit by a bus. She got her freaking karma. That's how fast karma works, bro. And like I said, I don't know if these people are leaving like real comments or if they're true or not, but like if these are true, y'all are got some weird families, bro. My uncle's wife is a lesbian, but nobody in the family is ready for that conversation yet. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of common, not really with lesbians, but like with gay men. I feel like gay men, like there's been stories about how they like hide their true identity because obviously like being gay as a man, like some people look down on it or they're like closeted their whole entire lives, especially because it wasn't like accepted way back when. But it's like interesting to see it from like a lesbian perspective because like she's a lesbian and like I don't know, she didn't say anything, bro. My grandpa was late to his own funeral because they forgot to cremate his body, so we had to sit in the heat and listen to a guy play bagpipes for 2 hours. Bro, what the hell? How long? I don't even know how long it takes to cremate a body. Like, shouldn't it take like a couple minutes because you're literally just burning it to ashes and stuff like that? I don't even know how long. I'm gonna look that up, but that's creepy. My grandma's past 3 husbands have all died from accidents, but we all know that she planned these accidents, but she is still invited to family events. First of all, why is she killing her husbands? People do that for money, but at the same time, it's like you can't just wait until they die of natural causes. Like she out here being a serial killer or something. Like my grandma had a secret child in her teens and didn't tell anyone until a year ago. This one is actually not that surprising to me because I've heard this, how like back in the day they weren't allowed to have kids, or maybe she had it like young or whatever, and then like they just like get rid of it or like have someone else raise it because they don't want to claim it as their own, and then they keep it a secret. So I've actually heard of this one. My uncle cut off all connections with the whole family, and the way he reconnected 7 years later was by sending us honey from his new bee farm in Florida. Bro, what the hell? Your uncle is weird, bro. At my grandma's funeral, she was raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and my uncle stole the donation box. How are you gonna steal from children? Like, I know you probably hated the grandma, but like, why are you stealing from children? That's just wrong. When I was 7, I had a little rat dog named Skippy, and I found my grandfather literally eating my dog behind my lawnmower shed. I don't know where the fuck he is now. Oh, what, your grandpa is just weird, just casually eating dogs like that? Like, what happened to him? What kind of drugs is he on? While my grandma was dying of cancer, my grandpa cheated on her. The homewrecker later got into a car accident and is now paralyzed. Yeah, like I said, karma works fast as hell, especially when you're doing some evil type stuff. My aunt's ex-husband went to the store one day and never came home. 8 years later, her friend saw him working at the front desk of a hotel in Thailand. That's interesting too. I feel like I've heard something like that before, how people, they just like hate their lives and then they just like move away and start over. They don't even like say anything to their kids or to their family members. They just literally just like don't care. My grandma paid people to rob her house so she would get insurance money, and still to this day my mom believes that her house was robbed. Bro, what? How do you pay people to rob your house? Isn't that like, I was about to say, isn't that like a lose-lose situation because you're like losing your stuff? But I guess like the insurance money must have been a lot so that she could just easily buy new stuff. But why would you want to do that? My mom tried to saw my head open when I was little because she thought the government was watching her through my eyes. I feel like half the people on here are on drugs, because why are you trying to like cut somebody's head open? Especially your own child. But you know, there are parents like that, like who like just resent their children or like whatever. I could be rich, but my grandma gambled away the family trucking business money and now we live like Shameless. Bro, so Shameless is like a show where it's like 10 people in a house together and they're like poor or whatever. But like, I don't know, I've heard of that too, how like people will like save money for their kids' college funds and then end up spending it. Like that's pretty much what happened to me, low-key. But people will like just run their family business into the ground, and like gambling is like actually a serious addiction. Because it's like when people get money, they just be throwing it all away. My great uncle went missing for like 4 years, but it turns out that he was fine. He had packed up and left with the carnival that had come into town. Like I said, these people just don't want to live their lives, bro. He just ran away. One of my twin cousins died. The other took his identity and claimed that it was him who died, and now he lives his twin's life. So this one sounds pretty fake, but like you never know. I feel like there are some like twins. I feel like that's like an easy way to kill somebody. Like if you have an identical twin and like their life is like way better than yours, like it would be easy for you to just like kill them somewhere, bury them. Nobody would know that they're missing. You would literally just take their freaking place and then you would say that you died or like you moved away or something. That's pretty interesting. My aunt got run over by a truck when she was crossing the street, and my uncle stabbed the truck driver to death on scene. Yeah, see, this is what I like to see, bro. I like people who actually take revenge for stuff. But it's bad, it's sad that like these people be going to jail even though like they did the right thing. Because like if someone killed your person or like did something bad to your person and you go get revenge, for me that doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, you know? Like people would do anything for their kids, even like killing them. So like why does that person gotta get like 40 years in jail when they did the right thing? My grandma was high-key kidnapped by my aunt and we haven't seen either of them in years. Bro, what? Who kidnaps old ladies? My great grandpa was found with a dead body in his trunk that was sitting there for 2 weeks. So this one is kind of like insane because I feel like old people have like such interesting and weird lives, because like half of them could have been serial killers like way back when, but we wouldn't even know now, you know, because all those bodies are like been decomposed and everything, like all the evidence is gone. So I feel like there's a lot of like actual like serial killers that were like serial killers like a long time ago. They're just like living amongst us now. After my great grandpa died, my great grandma married his brother. Yeah, I've seen that happen where like people be marrying like your spouse after the divorce or whatever, or you see people like they'll get a divorce and then like the husband will go like marry the sister, and I'm like, bro, what? Does that mean you wanted the sister that whole time? That's bad. My parents were married, then got divorced, married different people, divorced those people, and then got back together. Yeah, I've heard this too. Some people say it's like a soulmate thing, something like that, how it's like you have to like be together and then like be apart to realize that you only wanted each other, then they end up getting married again. But it's like, me personally, I'm not going through all that, because like if that was my person, I feel like we wouldn't have split up in the first place. Like I wouldn't have to date other people to find out that this person is my person, you know? So I don't get how people do that. My grandpa has been dating a married woman for the past 20 years. How do you know this, but that married woman's husband doesn't know this? My family was in a religious cult from 2004 to 2008. I've definitely heard of this too because I didn't even know like what cults were like way before, but like after learning about it, like there are people in like certain religions or whatever, they're like die hard for that religion. But cults are bad. My sister is 26. Last Christmas I found out she was adopted. She has no clue. I don't even know how I would react if like my whole life was a lie like that. Like if my parents were like, yeah, you're adopted, like we're not your real parents, like whatever. Part of me is like I probably wouldn't see it as a big deal considering like she's 26, you know, like end of the day, like they raised her even though she was adopted years ago. But then it just starts putting all that stuff in your head like, dang, like now I gotta find my real parents. Now what if I have like real siblings? And then like that's a whole mess in itself. My uncle cheats on my aunt and has like 8 kids with other women, but my cousins don't know about their half siblings, but I do. How are all these kids finding out this information, but like all the adults involved in the situation don't know what's going on? That's kind of sus. My uncle's wife left him for my aunt's husband, so now all my cousins are siblings. Bro, that gotta be like, ew. I don't know how I could deal with that title. Be like, oh yeah, like you're my cousin, and now it's like you're my brother. Like, My grandpa cheated on my grandma, and when she died, my step grandma, who he cheated on her with, said, looks like I'm your grandma now. It scares me because why are like old people like dealing with this much drama? Like how do these old people have more drama than me? My uncle went on a business trip to Virginia and my aunt sold their custom $4 million house and fled to Mexico with the money. Wow. So he just casually on a business trip, like was he cheating with somebody? That's what made her sold the house? I don't know about that one. My grandma's parents got divorced and their neighbors also got divorced, and then the wives married the other husbands. They did a quick Uno reverse. Bro, y'all just switching husbands? I would not be comfortable with that. Ew. My family is Native American and 50% have kids with their cousins to keep the native bloodline strong. Yeah, see, I don't know, because that's like, isn't that incest, or is it only incest when it's like siblings? I don't know, but yeah, cousins, I don't know if I would be comfortable with that unless like what if they don't tell them that they're cousins? Like what if they're just living in this like little community and they're like, yeah, like this is gonna be your husband whole time, like that's their cousin. But like the bloodline, I don't know, this is like different with them because like their bloodline, like native people are literally like barely any of them left, so it's like I could low-key understand it, but at the same time like not really. My uncle was dating a 16-year-old when he was 35. I've definitely heard this before, young like older men preying on younger girls because they can't get a girl that's their age. It happens like all the time, grooming on the internet and everything. And then the last one is my parents used to hire hitmen on politicians from their home country. So I don't know what that is referring to. Maybe they're in a different country or whatever. But like hiring a hitman, I always thought like, is that like a movie thing? Or like I know people have really done that, but like I can't imagine doing that, like paying somebody to kill somebody and then they take care of it. Because in my mind, I feel like that thing is always gonna resurface. Like no matter you don't want it to be discovered or brought up. I feel like in 20 years, what if they're randomly, like the police randomly find it and they're like, oh yeah, like, oh, we gotta arrest you, you know? It's like, I don't know, I feel like that stuff just always comes up. Yeah, that was it for this video, reading people's family tea confessions. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.